there be more defensive additions? I mean, I know you added 2 defenders today, and that was an area that you wanted to improve the depth. Are you happy now with the depth? Do you still feel that you could continue to build at the back, or you think?
Yeah, I mean, more or less. Obviously, with Mark Bloom at the right back and the possibility of Warren Creval developing there in the right back, we drafted Wesley Sharpie at right back. He came in very fit and looks good. He's got a long ways to go, as all young players do, but we definitely feel like we have at least the makings of the depth that we need in the back, and we're not in dire need of adding the next player in the back.
So is Jilberto done with this team?
I'm not 100% sure with that, because we still have the CBA stuff to be determined, and then once that gets sorted out and the March 1 deadline comes to play, we'll figure out ultimately where he falls out in that scenario.
It's just football business, I guess, but do you feel any sympathy for where he finds himself now?
I do. It's I mean, at the end of the day, he's a player who came in. He worked hard for us last year. I think he was learning the league last year and how to be successful. He was in a system where he found his frustrations off and on, but unfortunately, like you said, that's sort of the game. I do think that he will be successful along his path. He is a player who has some attributes to continue to hone, and that he can be very successful. So, hopefully things work out with the CBA or whatever, and we might be able to keep him. But if they don't, I'm confident that he'll be successful wherever he goes.
And who will be your captain this year?
First day, getting everybody together. Not everybody is quite together yet. I'll work through the necessary group and have individual conversations with guys. We haven't really crossed that bridge entirely yet. We want to see all our faces and sit down and give the proper respect to everybody in the group, so that they understand how we're going to be moving forward. So.
Do you walk onto the practice turf here today and say, wow, this has really changed a lot since last year?
I walk on the field. I had a little bit of sort of that excitement, that anxiousness today. Butterflies in the stomach first day. It's been a couple months since we've been on the field with the group and really run a session. So I had that good anxiety about me. But the group came out and they worked hard through the fitness testing. They worked hard through the training session. Obviously, there are a fair number of new faces, especially considering the number of draft picks we had in the past draft. But there's also some new faces, obviously, with the other additions that we made. So. But then I look there and I still see a lot of the same faces. It's not like we've done a complete turnover of this roster. There were far more turnover the year before. So I think like I said, we're getting to the group. I feel comfortable that we have to build off of some of the guys that we've had in the core group that we've had before, and just keep adding pieces, because continuity is also important.
Apart from the Brazilians, was everybody else here? Was Luke Moore out there today?
Luke wasn't in. Luke should be arriving today or tomorrow. We've just been working out some details for him with his contract, but we're very aware of his situation. We should see him in the next couple of days.
And everybody else was here who should be?
More or less. There were a couple of our draft picks that we're just finalizing details, because everything kind of happened so fast with him and getting them through customs and immigration. But other than that, I think everybody's here.
Greg, you stressed fitness as being one of the focal points of your initial training stages, but what did you make of the group's fitness on the first day, and do you feel like they're in a good place entering preseason?
Yeah, we have a good base entering. We've been in communication with all the guys that who are coming back from last year. Obviously, some of the new faces we're recently now getting in touch with them, but they're very aware of our demands and our expectations from a fitness side. Ultimately, it comes down to the fact that we can't make decisions on the field based on whether we're tired or not tired. We have to be able to be at a level of fitness where we can concentrate through every second of the game and be able to move on the next play and execute whatever needs to be executed. We can't have a lapse because we're a little bit tired, and so and also we have to get back to sort of this prevention of injury idea. We've had a ton of injuries over the last 2 years, and we need to be very diligent about, between our fitness and our strength and our management of workloads and all that, that we can't miss as many training days and game days as we have in the last couple of years. That's killer to a team as well.
You showed us those analytic tools, the player tracking and all that kind of stuff. Did it work over the offseason? Were you happy with what you saw from those tools that you used?
Yeah, the guys, part of it is that the guys have to be proactive, and the guys that we got onto the system were giving us feedback regularly, so we knew what they were doing and we knew where they were coming in, and by and large, everybody came in and went through the test at a very reasonable base level where they need to be. Now it's our job to prepare them the rest of the way and make sure that they're sharp come day one. But that was the base of it. Now that they're arriving, they'll have day-to-day monitoring through the heart rate system, and over the next couple of weeks we'll be adding the GPS system into the action.